Effective leaders can influence how people think, feel, and act, resulting in positive outcomes for individuals, groups, units, and even an entire organization. The team leader is responsible as a manager to the group and the individual making the group.
As a manager of the group, the team leader must, among other things, monitor and maintain discipline, ethics, integrity, and focus on objectives. As a manager of individual members, the team leader, among other things, identify and agree on appropriate individual responsibilities and objectives, as well as give recognition and praise to individuals. Leaders also coordinate the relationships of authority, responsibility, and accountability in the organization.
Authority is the right to guide or direct the actions of others and extract from the responses that are appropriate to the attainment of an organization. Responsibility refers to the obligation placed on a person who occupies a certain position in the organization structure to perform a task, function, or assignment. Accountability refers to the obligation of a subordinate to report back on their discharge of the duties for which they are responsible.
Mindful of the concepts of authority, responsibility, and accountability, leaders bring together physical, human, and financial resources to achieve organizational objectives. They organize their teams either by function, product, geography, or customer.
The most common permanent teams are organized around a functional structure and matrix structure. In a functional structure, people are grouped by specialization, production, marketing, accounts, engineering, to mention a few. In a matrix structure, employees report to 2 or more managers, rather than one manager overseeing every aspect of a project. It usually has 2 chains of command, one along the functional line and the other along the project, product, or client lines.
Forming effective functional or matrix teams is often not as easy as it looks. Many times, leaders are faced with challenges of not knowing where to begin, dominating team members, poorly managed team conflict, and poor performance of team members, all of which are barriers to the team's effectiveness.
It is important, therefore, that the leader addresses the team's output as a whole without disregarding each individual member. They achieve this through team performance planning.
The key elements that make up a performance plan are team vision, defined goals and objectives, defined key performance indicators, also known as KPIs, time frame for achieving goals, and manager expectations and observations. This plan aids the identification of specific issue areas within the group, the desired level of progress, and the establishment of guidelines to assist the team in achieving their objectives and improving productivity.
The effectiveness of the team can be evaluated using such tools as ADES Team Development Model, End of Project Evaluation, and Observing Group Processes. ADES Team Development Model focuses on asking critical questions around task needs, individual needs, and team needs.
Questions on task needs seek to establish if the task is fully understood. Questions around the team's needs review if the group formed well. Questions around individual needs seek to establish if they have enough support and development opportunities to perform and develop their roles.
End of project evaluation is done retrospectively at the end of a project or at a specific stage in the group working process. It seeks to answer questions around team synergy, performance objectives, skills, use of resources, innovation, and quality. Observing group processes involves one team member observing the team for an hour and carefully recording what members say or do. They also note how other members react and how that affects the performance of the team.
There is no doubt that team leadership and the role played by each of the members making the team are characteristic of high-performing teams.